Morning, Year 7. It is Madam Sullivan here. I hope that everybody is keeping well. I hope that you have been getting on okay with starting off painting your landscape. There were some fantastic outcomes last week that I'm going to discuss with you shortly. The main focus of today's lesson is you are going to continue painting your landscape, and you're going to build up the midground and the background for your painting using the mark making techniques that you've learned over the last few lessons. So moving on today, the first thing I want you to do is to complete the connect question before you go and watch the rest of this video. I want to test your learning from the previous lessons. So I've given you two different paintings. It doesn't matter who they belong to. It is all good to learn from examples and what we've done so far in order to improve. So I've given you A and B. They're two landscape paintings. They focus on the foreground. One leads into the midground. And I want you to discuss which of the paintings is the most successful, which is more successful, and why. Consider the mark making, the composition, the colours, tones and shapes used in the pieces. I want you to discuss them in full sentences, referring to them as painting A and painting B. So that is that task. I want to test your prior learning, see if you can understand, see if you can analyse and discuss which are better. And please write that up in an empty space in your book along with today's date, and you can just put a title, analysing and understanding landscape painting. So once you've done that, you can continue with watching the video. So I'm going to discuss with you some of the progress that I found successful and some of the things that you can work on and improve for today's lesson. So I'm going to go through various different pictures in no particular order, like so, and discuss them with you. First of all, really enjoying the colour palette used in this image here. They've stormed ahead a little bit, and I think there could definitely be a further variety of greens here. However, I do like the orange and brown textures in the stream, and I can tell that some hard work has been put into this painting. However, they have drawn it portrait, and I did say it's landscape. So landscape is going horizontally that way. And then obviously vertically is portrait going that way. So I did want it to be this way. So just check that you have completed your painting landscape. It is called Landscape by Paper Version, and it is a landscape painting. It goes across. But I do like the mark making that's been used. If you look closely here, they've used rough lines that have been built up, but I'd like to see some more darker greens and different shades of green. Another composition here. Again, there's only one shade of green. I'd like to see some more greens made. I think it's been stormed ahead a little bit. They've gone right into the midground, but I only wanted this bottom layer, the foreground. So please go back in, add the mark making, really build up technique with brush strokes. Whether you're using a sponge, whether you're using the end of a pen, a paintbrush, really build up with that material, that medium. Some further examples. Again, there's a mix here of some really positive examples and some that have been rushed and I think need to be worked into. Don't forget you're being assessed on this piece of work. This is your final piece of work for the year. You're going to have this lesson and a final lesson to complete this. Please take your time. I really am enjoying this piece of work. There's a fantastic sketched out drawing, and I can see lots of decorative mark making built up of different shades of green. This image has really come into life because of the texture and the application of the paint. So this is a fantastic example of where you should be up to then move forward and paint your midground and the background. And then by the lesson, you'll be up to here. Fantastic example. Again, I really like the green shades used here. Some quick mark making has been built up there. So that's a great example. I do feel this, again, is a little bit borderline rushed. Some of these mark makings could be more refined. This piece has been completely rushed. A lot of work needs to be done to work back into this with some different shades, although I do like the blend from the green that's darker into lighter, but a lot more work needs to be done here. It's nowhere near finished. They really need to work into this area now. So hopefully those little pieces of feedback are really useful. It's really great to see the differences in the paintings and your unique ideas and compositions that are clearly being shown. So please just slow it down. There's a lot of work that can be added into what you've done so far, and you should be painting the midground. So this is the section here, just this middle and background section above your foreground. I don't want to see people rushing and doing the sky. I just want you to focus on this bit. If you do it properly, it will take you, a good half an hour to 40 minutes to do that. If you've stormed ahead and you've already finished it like this, just work back into it with your mark making and your details. Really study some images. You could look at a Hockney image. If you look closely here, you can see all these details. That would have taken a long time to add in these details. So you can really work back in and look closely at your inspiration board that you created to build up that landscape. So it's just a short video today. I'm not going to show you any further techniques because we've done a lot on mark making. I've showed you some painted techniques already. I just want you to be able to get on with painting the midground of your painting, using again the mark making techniques that you completed. Use that to help you. Have that alongside your painting or flick back to it. That is going to be a successful painting if you use these techniques and get the midground and background painted. And then the last lesson, you will paint the sky and any other bits in the background, mountains, etc. Please complete a what went well and even better if. This is how you can practice and assess whether you've met the criteria today. Hopefully that is clear. You're working on the midground and background of your painting. Please take on board the advice at the beginning of this video. Have a great week, Year 7, and I will catch up with you soon. Take care. Bye.